Oh, okay. I'm just going to get into it because this is the weird stuff. This is the thing I was talking about that's in my head that I feel like I've been thinking about all weekend, but I haven't said it out loud. Are you guys ready? I'm not. But what if we are all living in our own minds? Meaning we think we're having, our minds happening, but we could be we think we have free will. We think we can just think for ourselves. But what if our thoughts and everything we're doing right now is being controlled by something bigger? Like we're in a video game simulation and we are someone else's character. So my game is I'm the main character. I've created a family. I have this husband. I have this job and I have these experiences. This is someone else controlling, start a business, have another kid, live here, do this, do that, drink that, try this. What if this is all being controlled puppeteer style by someone else? And again, I'm not smart enough to give you the backings of it, but I do know that we are all made up of energy. I do know that our souls, spirits will go somewhere after this. I do know that when we sleep, we dream. I do know we have deja vu moments. There's something else missing, and it's something that nobody wants you to know. It's something that is why they want to control our minds from 6 years old. They want to put you in school, teach you right from wrong, to go be a 9 to 5 and then live, die, live, die, live, die. Nobody wants you to be in tune with what's really going on, which for good reason. They've built this whole thing, this whole simulation for humans. And I just think about planet Earth and I think about how big that world is. And I think about us all being characters. And it's not that these people around you aren't real, but they are only real in your mind. Like that's also where I get a little bit trippy. And excuse me, my goodness, excuse me. This is where I don't know how in depth I can go. This is just very surface thoughts based on the knowledge I've gained from listening to these interviews and these podcasts. But for real, like my husband, I'm gonna use him as an example. If I said this to him, he would be like, "You're crazy." And I'm like, that's all part of my simulation is I'm gonna tell you something and you're gonna clap back and tell me I'm crazy. That's already like that's part of somebody controlling my experience is having this wake up, me having this wake up and me saying, is any of this even real? And we might never know. We could know after we die and we could watch our story back like, oh my gosh. I was okay, I'm also going to say something. I feel like maybe they're not controlling our thoughts, but I kind of have my own thoughts and they have to like go along with it and like put things into my life where it's like, okay, I want to have a husband. Ding. Okay. I want to have a kid. They are granting my wishes or my commands or every one of us is a freaking miracle. Like every single person on this earth is a miracle. Like going back to the simulation, I guarantee if I were to like say this to somebody, they would be like, but how? Like my husband doesn't exist in anyone else's simulation. He's only in mine because it's my simulation. This is like Truman Show status. I'm going to watch that show again to see, or that movie, to see, because I haven't seen it since I was a kid. And what do you understand when you're a kid? Nothing. I'm almost 40 years old and I'm just now understanding to question life. How sad, but also like how great. I mean, it is what it is, but I feel like, does that make sense? Again, call me crazy. I am not on drugs. I have like some layered superfood in my coffee. That's it. Like, my husband exists in my mind. My kids exist in my mind. My experiences exist in my mind. Everybody is playing a part in my story. Now, you may ask, well, like, what's my story? You're in your own simulation. You've got your own people who are a part of your story. And if we know each other, you're in your simulation, I'm in my simulation. You are the person you are being in my simulation from my point of view. And if I'm in your simulation, I am being this character, but I'm not in your simulation. I am not in, you can't control my simulation. You can't control my thoughts and vice versa. I cannot control your thoughts or your simulation. You are doing what the great mastermind is having you do. Again, I think, I don't know yet. I need to study this a little bit more, but I don't know if my thoughts are being controlled. And I've said this before, and I've thought this from a long time ago, that I thought God, or I thought a higher power was controlling my thoughts. So I'd be like making an omelet and be like, God told me to make an omelet right now. Like, God's also telling me to have this awareness that he told me to make an omelet right now. So I've always had that, like, that I thought I was being controlled from, I can remember back to like high school, college days, for real. And I'm just now kind of remembering and talking about it. And then, there's the other side where it's maybe he's not controlling every single thing that I do, but he's creating every single outcome. Like, I maybe control my internal state and it's controlling my outer experience. Dude, could you imagine? What if everybody knew that everybody has their own simulation, but like in my simulation, I'm making this announcement about this simulation. So like, it doesn't even matter because it may not be happening in your simulation because my world is my own. But I do know from Chris Langland, we are going somewhere. Heaven, hell, afterlife, crazy. I also want to say, I have another one, and I'm just going to make part twos of these videos because this is already long, is I've had this thought about being into a place. Like, I think we have many lives, but we have no memory of like what our past life was, right? Like, I have some sort of connection. I don't know what it is, but obviously, like, maybe you do find out in your lifetime, but I was somebody before this, or somebody in human form. My soul was. And I think after this, my soul, my heart, my spirit will live through in another body form, but I don't know it because every time you're given a new body to live in. So you're given a new brain, but you're not given like a new soul. So I think about this and I think about the things that we're like super connected to. Like, maybe you're super connected to like children. I'm just going to use this as an example. Maybe you're super connected. You want to be like a preschool teacher. Maybe in your past life, you connect with that because that was connected to you in your past life. Like, you either were, preschool age child who passed, or you were a grandparent of a preschool child, and that preschool child was super important to you. I don't know. I think about that of like, okay, maybe you're super interested in helping sick people. Maybe in your past life, you were a sick patient. I'm sure I sound insane, but like, I just want people to think. That's the point of this podcast. Think why people think what they think, why people do what they do. I'm allowed to have these thoughts. I'm allowed to question reality. I'm allowed to question my perspective. It's all my perspective. I'm not preaching this to anyone else. I'm just regurgitating some of the thoughts that I have. But yeah, isn't that interesting? And when I die, I'm going to come back and I could be born in another country. And I could be, I don't even know when I could be the president of the United States, and I could be, it all comes back to like your soul and your spirit. But this is the life I have right now, and I love this life. This is who I get to be for this 100 years. And I will never, ever know if I come back as someone else because I'm given a new brain. That new heart creates a new coherence, creates new connections. So I'll never know if there was something else. What if I had this amazing, what if I was a billionaire before this, right? It didn't matter. It doesn't matter because here I am, somebody else. And what if in my next life I'm homeless? Doesn't matter. You get your time and then you do it again. So like, I'm playing this character and going back to the game theory of like, it's all a simulation. I die game over for me, for Casey Belitz. But imagine if I could come back as something else. And you hear people talk about animals. That could definitely be the case too. That all counts. Those are all living things. Like I could be a butterfly. I could be a squirrel. Those are easier for people to handle. My great grandma is like a hummingbird to me. So whenever I see a hummingbird, I'm like, oh, Nino. I don't know. And again, I truly believe that everyone's going to have their own thoughts. Everyone's going to sound crazy, but that's like the point of life is to learn and go through it together. And again, this is part of my simulation. If people think I'm crazy, I'm already aware that like I'm going to get crap for this. But this is my perspective. It's my life. It's my game that I'm living. You're all just characters in my experience. Whew, this is a lot. This is a lot. I'm going to call it because this is too much. It's not too much, but you know what I mean? It's just, I got to turn this off. I got to go get ready. I got to go have a CT scan. I hope this helped somebody. It sure helped me being able to verbalize it. So thanks for being here today, you guys. Have a great Monday.